Speaking in tongues is a supernatural gift that comes from the Holy Spirit, who gives you the ability to speak in another language that you have never studied or learned. The word for tongues in the Greek is glossai, which in this context means languages. Therefore, anyone who is speaking in tongues, as enabled by the Holy Spirit, is speaking in a human language. This does not mean you will understand what you are saying, because the only way that can happen is if the Holy Spirit gives you the ability to interpret it. For as much conversation as there is about speaking in tongues, there are only 3 brief instances in the Bible where we see this gift in practice. The day of Pentecost. All of them were filled with the Holy Spirit and began to speak in other tongues as the Spirit enabled them. At Cornelius' house, the circumcised believers who had come with Peter were astonished that the gift of the Holy Spirit had been poured out even on Gentiles, for they heard them speaking in tongues and praising God. Paul and the believers in Ephesus, when Paul placed his hands on them, the Holy Spirit came on them, and they spoke in tongues and prophesied. Biblical tongues were known languages. Speaking in tongues is speaking in another language, not incoherent gibberish. You have people admitting now that they were just saying random nonsense because it was expected of them to prove they are really saved. The real issue is that so many people do not read the Bible, so they do not know that people speaking gibberish has nothing to do with tongues. I'm glad to see some churchgoers finally coming forth and admitting the truth.